Hola. Episode 12. Been there, rock that. How you guys doing?
Great, great,
We
great.
have Prance in the central Flatbush corner because he got moved.
Yes, sir.
We got Kima over here. We got Stilo.
Yo.
And Robbie is somewhere exploring. He'll be back. Prance, how was your week?
Oh, my week was great. Nothing too spectacular. But yeah, I went to Maryland, picked up my daughter, from college. You know, she knocked out that freshman year. We just waiting for the grades to get back, but she's focused, so I know everything is going to be well. And she already got a job interview coming up.
That's
So,
dope.
she trying to grind, do her, I taught her well with the independence, so that's how my week went.
That's beautiful.
Kima.
Just working, grinding, I'm out here in these streets chasing that bag. That's about it. I'm glad that I got on my little Dope Chicks t-shirt today
Oh, nice.
from my boy Quan. So
I like the color.
I had to come through and rep for that. Also, too, in the neighborhood today, they're shooting a movie for John Wick 3. So no parking. I had to park my car in the parking structure today. I wasn't happy about that. So, Keanu, hide, because I'm going to need to see you.
Oh, shit. Stilo.
Yo. All is good.
Yeah, don't say
Simple.
two things at once, motherfucker.
As you can see, I ain't got much to say, so ain't shit happen.
Oh, gosh.
Live and breathing. Happy to be here. All is well. How's everybody else doing? Mr. John Green, what's good with you, boy?
Hey, it was a long week. My daughter had her 4-year-old. She's 4 years old now. She had a birthday.
Oh, happy
Nice.
birthday, mama.
Out in Florida. So she's living her perfect life.
Nice.
Other than that, it's just been long, getting these hours trying to get that bag, like Kima said.
Chasing that
Trying to make
bag.
this fucking money.
You know,
That's
that's
all that
right.
matters.
So I can get. Oh, and shout out to Polo. Thanks for sending me something that I didn't want, but thanks. you guys sent me something. It was
What, they
cool.
sent you a t-shirt?
Yeah.
That's
But
nice.
I mean,
That's very nice.
thanks.
Of 'em.
But I'm not gonna wear it probably. Probably sell
I'll
it.
take it.
And we do have been there, rock that pins on Double J Vintage, the eBay store. We have 40 left.
Yes, sir.
So if you want to get one, because after that we're going to another color.
Definitely.
Anyway, we have a guest here.
Yes.
He's a legendary MC.
You're ready.
He's from the legendary brand Nubian crew.
No doubt.
He also has a wine which is very good. I'm drinking
Sipping
it now.
on it.
Yeah.
The one and the only Sadat X is here.
Peace,
Yo,
peace. Happy to be
yes,
here.
yes,
Yes.
Happy to be here. Happy to be
Peace to
here.
the gods.
Glad
Sadat,
you're here.
How are
Yes.
you? How are you doing?
I'm quite well. It's been a good week. The weather's been fluctuating in New York as it does. We don't
Yeah.
have a spring no more, so
This-
it just goes from winter to summer. So today is it's hot outside. Yesterday
Yeah.
it was cold. I had a coat on, so I don't know.
This shit is crazy.
It's bipolar.
Like
You know
every
what I'm
week
saying?
is a new season.
Yeah.
It's like if you have allergies, it's a fucking nightmare.
Oh, and it's killing me.
Because the
It's fucking
pollen
me
is
up.
on 1,000,
Super worse.
and it's like I'm sneezing and coughing and thinking I'm gonna die, and then
Yep.
all of a sudden, boom, a day comes when the pollen's like at 10%, then you're back to
Yeah.
normal.
Anybody that got asthma, this has been the ruggedest year, man. The ruggedest year.
Yeah, it's just very ridiculous. But anyway, what's new with you? What you got going on?
Man, well, like I said, man, I'm on a constant grind, constant motion. I'm running around, I'm doing shows, making moves. I got an album coming out with Elder Sensei. I got a project coming out with Thirst, but Thirst don't like me to talk about it. He's like, yo, don't give too much away, brother Low. So I can't give too much away on that end. But that's a project that I'm probably really most excited about. That's gonna be something real,
Two L's
real
to
ill.
the general.
So you're on your top secret shit.
Oh yeah, well, Thirst is on the top secret. If it was up to me,
You put have it on blast.
yeah, I have it on blast. He sent me a song, it was dope, but then he was like, yo, you can't play it for nobody. Or sent me a visual or the album coming yo, but you can't show nobody. So I'm sitting on it right now.
Okay. So I ask all my guests that come here, or our guests, I should say. So
Know your guess.
my guest, your guest. We're all family here.
Sure did.
Anyway, what do you think about the whole? I know you rock polo. We
Yeah.
all do. What do you think about the retro polo shit?
I mean, it's like the theme of y'all, been there, done that. It's like, you get it's a lot of like new dudes coming out and they go crazy and do all types of wild shit, you know. But
Right.
I mean, I'm all for the culture moving forward. But like with me, I like to do the knowledge to anything I deal with, and I recognize the forefathers of things. I recognize the people that came before. Because let me tell you an interesting. Can I tell you an interesting polo story?
Go.
All right. We was up in Westchester back. That's when I moved from the Bronx. We was in Westchester. So we was doing what we was doing up there. Like, we was taking low, but we had no idea other people was doing it too. So, but we was taking it. We was in Westchester. We beat the New Rochelle Mall up, beat up Lord and Taylor's. And so it was this one particular day, like, so we was like, fuck it. It was like, I think it was a Christmas Eve. We went to Lord and Taylor's, got all types of crazy shit. I broke my ankle on the same day. Broke my ankle, but that did not deter what we had to do that day. So after I come back from the hospital, I got a cast on. We pop in the tags. We put on our shit. We go down to Manhattan Center. That was a spot on 34th Street.
Yeah.
It was
right
a spot.
across from Macy's.
Yeah, we went in there. So we thinking we was going like, yo, we got our shit. We the flyers. There can't be nobody flyer than us today. We went in there, and then I never forget, I seen the dude, he had on some goggles and a bathrobe.
Oh.
A straight bathrobe
Who was
inside
that?
the
We know who
party.
that
Was
is.
that
with,
Billy?
with some slippers on. But then I kept seeing the dude like 2 or 3 times, and he kept like every time I would see him in the length of this party, he would have on more shit. So like change up, put this, and then I seen a whole bunch of other dudes like that, and I was like, yo, well, it ain't just us, not by a long shot, not by a long shot, you know. So that was my story. But like I said, man, I'm with the culture, with everything. I don't know, man. It's like it's twofold, you know. It's twofold because you want to see it advance, but then you see dudes like that are capitalizing on and doing all types of shit, where it's people that died for this. You understand? It's
Exactly.
people that's no longer here. You know what I'm saying? People that is no longer here that died for the culture of this, and I just don't like to see it get disrespected.
No doubt.
Absolutely.
That's what I was gonna say. He don't just rep polo, he reps the low lives.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He got his love and loyalty for everybody.
You see the
whenever
markings.
whenever he doing a show, you always see them L's up.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So you gotta respect Dottie for what he be doing. 2 L's, brother. Low.
Too well. And like you said, I'm in the hood. I teach at the school, the KIPP school. So I'm on the John right there. I go through Rochester, Buffalo, and mess with them dudes. Because sometimes some of the founders, they feel that they don't get the respect, but
They just do.
yeah,
Right.
I give it to them.
No
At least
doubt.
they know they get it from me. I recognize and I understand.
That's what's up.
Yeah, because like me and Kimo always say, like, it's just the way that people are doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's cool, but then some people just make it look fucking whack.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, even though that you got something on, you can still look corny.
Oh, my
It's a couple
Yes.
of dudes that
Yes.
they got it and they look corny, and it's like something like,
yeah, and it's
I,
like
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
You need
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
people.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like they just wanted to fabricate their fucking like their upcomings. Like,
Exactly.
okay, I'm this low life. I
Yeah.
got all this retro.
It's validation.
Like, who the fuck
Everybody's
knew you,
looking for
knew you
validation.
yesterday?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's my shit.
And I see a lot of people like I ain't gonna say no names, but I be seeing you on Instagram, you motherfuckers. I see
Yeah.
you.
Frauds.
Your motherfuckers ain't low.
Frauds.
Yeah.
I be seeing you. I just laugh because it's funny.
It is hilarious. It's
But
funny.
anyway, Yeah.
And then when you ask a couple of them, well, yo, who you know really know? Who you know? Well, nah, son, like that. Nah, if you don't, it's a core bunch of people, Prince included, still included. It's a core bunch of people that if you don't know these people, I mean, if you don't know them, if you have not spoke to them, heard their story, then I can't validate them. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna get the history of really what it is, and if you don't know that, basura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mucho basura, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So now I know you teach, you know, you're in the
Yeah.
public school teaching and stuff. The kids know about you with the Low Life movement? As
Yeah,
far as the
what,
culture?
it's interesting because, like I said, I'm right there on KIPP. That's on Troy, right there across the street from Albany Projects.
Projects, right.
It was the 0309. The John is right around the corner. So what I did one day, first of all, like the kids, they always see me. They be like, Mr. Murphy, why you only wear polo, this and that? And I be like, that's what I do. So one day I brought the book in. And in the classroom, I like let the book, I turned the book, and it's crazy because kids be like, yo, that's my uncle, Mr. Murphy, or that's my cousin, or I know him, he's in front of the store. So they get the culture from there. Like I show it to them, like it's been many times. Some of the people on the book come to the school, like, yo, I didn't know you was over here. This is my nephew. If he get out of line, knock his head off. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I do it like that.
No doubt. And we talking about the Bury Me with the Low on
Yes,
book
definitely.
by Thurston Howell and Thomas Gold.
Definitely.
Definitely sold out too.
So Sadat, how did you get into the low life movement yourself?
Well, like I said, I was always like, if you look at the Punks Jump Up to Get Beat Down video,
Right.
I had a green and black joint. I took the drawstrings out because for some reason I didn't like the drawstrings right then, but I took those out. I was always rocking it, and throughout the years rocking and rocking. Then I say about 15 years ago, started really messing with Thirst on the music through Will Tell Brooklyn Academy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And, he was like, yo, brother, I see you really into the culture, this and that, and we want you to be there. So, I went around, met everybody, and known Prince for a million years,
No doubt.
And came through it on that side.
I remember we all went to the car wash. It was a car wash one year. And this had to be about maybe 91.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Because you guys were
Yeah.
performing, BDP was performing, and Low Lives was in there
deep.
they was going nuts on the
Deep,
outside
yeah.
because they wouldn't let us in or whatever. But then we finally got in there, and you guys were performing. And I remember Karis One, he was like, "Low Lives, love's gonna get you." We went nuts. It was crazy. You guys were performing that night too.
And it's crazy because, Pooh Bah was always wearing low.
Yeah.
Like, Pooh Bah
Yeah.
still got some stuff that he's real stingy with. Like, he'll show you a picture, like, yo, I still got this. You know what I'm saying? And but through that, like I said, man, it was always, worn and in my mind and in my life.
That's crazy that we was around you at that time.
Yeah.
And then years later, it's like you right there in the
Yeah.
movement.
It's crazy you bringing up shows and all of that because, matter of fact, June 1st, we're going to hit the stage on the Barclays for
Yeah,
the
that's
gonna
30th
be nice.
anniversary of the Yo MTV Raps.
That's gonna be a
It's
nice
gonna be
thing.
crazy.
That's gonna
Yeah.
be nice.
So
Yeah.
Special Ed on the bill.
Yeah.
We got brand Nubians on the bill. It's going to be crazy. It's a whole bunch. It's going to be definitely historical.
Yeah.
Remember like back in the days, what was that at the Apollo? Rap Mania.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be like a Rap Mania
It's gonna be dope.
of
That's gonna be
today.
dope.
It's gonna be classic for real. So everybody get them tickets involved because it's gonna be definitely heavy. And
We in the bill.
We ain't got too much passes, right, Dottie?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of that, when you come with Ed, I got to see the classic dance move where y'all all spin around in a circle. And I used to like, my feet didn't move like that. I used to try to do it, but my feet ain't move like that.
No doubt.
Yeah, they definitely practicing. They gonna have the ill routine.
And shout out to your dancers, matter of fact, SOS.
Yeah, good
For
dude.
real, we got mad history together coming up with the videos into people like yourself and Special Ed giving us an opportunity to go on the road with y'all.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
that was
Because
just-
at that time, dancers ain't have that opportunity. You know, YZ put a lot of
Yeah.
dancers on. A lot of rappers at that time took a lot of us out the streets or just in the clubs dancing and took us on the road that showed us a lot of business etiquette with this dancing thing. That's you can see the levels of dancing where it's going to today. So salute to y'all.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I miss them days, man. Like Union Square Latin Quarters, like when they used to have I seen the rec shop joint, and it just brings
Right.
back the memories. Like you really had to be nice to step in. Y'all do Peter Paul and them Khalif, and
Salute.
Luz and all them
Salute
dudes,
the
man.
generals, no
It
doubt.
was like it was crazy. Stretch, all them dudes, man. It was that's where hip hop wasn't safe.
Yeah.
Marquez,
Rubber Band.
definitely.
Mhm.
All them dudes, Rubber Band, all of them.
doubt.
But we're down with all that memories from back in the days. Now you've seen hip hop what it is now.
Yeah.
What's your opinion in how hip hop is now?
Well, my opinion is that, first of all, a lot of older dudes, they get mad at the young boys. I don't really get mad at them because, it's their time and they're going to do what they do.
Right.
Like when I was coming up, hip hop was crazy. Like my pops and them, they didn't really understand it, but, it was our time and we did what we did. But the thing with us is when the OGs would tell us something, even if I ain't like it,
It was respect.
I respected it.
True indeed.
And I took it as a jewel, and maybe I could use it later on. Some of these young boys, like, you really can't tell them nothing. Like, I tell them, like, yo, man, like, now, y'all are recyclable. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll use you for a year or two and get somebody else that fit the suit.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta make yourself a brand. Like, I'm in the hood, and every time dudes rhyme for me, this and that, I always tell them, if I mix your name in a bag and I shake it around and I pull it out, what's gonna make you different?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? What's gonna give you the staying power? You know, like, and I tell them, it's not just rapping. You know, it's your whole overall. You have to know how to deal with business people. You have to know how to speak.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if a person, if you come to one of these business people, this and that, and you sounding like you don't know what you're talking about, you're going to get taken advantage of, and they're not going to respect you.
Definitely.
If you come in doing the knowledge, because I came up under the 5% Nation, well, we had to know the knowledge of everything. So I had to come in mentally and physically prepared of anything that I was going to do. I had to know what was going on with that. You know, so I tell some of these young boys, you know, just know what you're doing. Know this is the business. Know you are expendable. You know what I'm saying? Some of the music I like, some I don't. But that's with everything in life. You know what I'm saying? And even if I don't like the music, if you doing business-wise, I can still respect you. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing with the young boys. Like I said, some of it I like, some of it I don't. You know, it's their time. You know, I just tell them, be smart with it. I'm glad to see Casanova and Tekashi squash their beef. I'm glad to see that because I like both them dudes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people talk about Tekashi, but he does a lot of stuff in the community with the kids.
Right.
And anybody that does stuff with the kids,
You
I can respect
appreciate
that.
it.
No
I can respect that. I like Casanova. You know what I'm saying? He sounds different. You know what I'm saying? When I hear him rhyming, he sounds different, and I like him too.
He
And
got
I'm
that
glad to
gritty
see.
Brooklyn in
Yeah,
him.
I'm glad to see that they didn't let the media, which the media will do, is perpetrate that beef and fuel that beef. I'm
Take
glad
them for a
that
ride.
that the powers that be within both sides, somebody had the wisdom and the knowledge and the wisdom to be like, let's sit down and talk about this because both of us is getting money. There's no reason to for one of us not to get money, for one of us to be locked up, or both of us just be doing some stupid shit. I'm glad they
And I
squashed
agree
that.
with that. I think, truth be told, I think they both finally realized they both probably were losing money.
Exactly.
You know, all that beef shit don't make
It
no
don't.
money.
It
Beef
don't.
never made money.
It don't. It don't. I tell these rappers too, I tell them, man, it's easier. You don't got to be a sucker, but it's easier to be friendly with people and to build that up because nobody, I tell them, all the hard heads and thugs, that shit went out in the late 80s and 90s.
Right.
No, if you like that and nobody wants to deal with you now, and especially nowadays,
It's you.
yeah, it's you. If they don't, if nobody wants to deal with you, you're gonna get shut off, and you're gonna be basically effectively take yourself off the count.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Well, you always handle yourself. What I've been around you a few times, and you always been like really cool, like so cool, so down to earth, really level headed type of dude. And like when I first met you, I was like, wow, he is dope as hell in real life. Just a level headed kind of dude. And I always respected you. But then when I found out that you were teaching the babies,
Yeah.
I
that
just
was
thought
big.
that was excellent because you don't hear about rappers giving back in that sort of way as far as knowledge, working every day, going in the school system, especially in Brooklyn. I
Yeah.
ain't doing that. But that's good that you're doing that, you know, for these kids. That's good.
That's good. And it takes years to get this way.
Yeah.
You understand? I wasn't always this way.
Yeah.
I done did stupid shit that I regret to this day. I've been incarcerated before.
Right.
That I regret that, you know, and I tell the kids like, you don't want to have that on your record, especially now. You understand?
Exactly.
Because I tell the kids, when I was coming up, you still had manual jobs. Like you could go lift boxes in a factory or do this manual job. I
Ain't
said
nothing for them to
nowadays
do.
You don't
they
have that.
phasing all that shit out,
Yeah.
and that's just and as soon as they start looking at that record, you're effectively taking yourself out. That's why I told them, I said, listen, with that behind me, that's when I really had to educate myself. Know how to speak to people. Because if you would look at some of my records from my teen years and this and that, and then look at it now, those people, especially the boy that editing this, I had to explain to them, why should we give you a job with this shit, looking at this?
Right.
Well, I think you should do that because of this, that, and this. And you have to be able to speak and articulate and present yourself in a positive light.
Yeah.
You understand? So I always tell the kids, like, I did some stupid shit. Believe me, I did some stupid shit, and that's why when they talk about this jail shit and all this, I don't know like how that's promoted. Like, what would make you like? People was like, you didn't write a lot of rhymes in jail. No, what was I gonna write about? Being in this dorm with these 60 dudes all day and eating fucked up food and. The CO said we can't go outside. Why? Just because?
Right.
Like, what was I gonna write about? So that's I tell him like that, and I tell him on my record that's an aberration. That's like that's nothing I'm proud of. That's not a come up. That was a come down that I had to rebound and come back up again
and build back the foundation.
There you go.
Nah,
right
because you always on your square as much years as I know you, and with the teaching, do you still got time to do the umpiring games?
Oh, see, I'm not reffing no more.
All right.
And with the reffing shit, that's a whole next thing too.
Right.
Because nowadays, the way society is, the way the media is, this and that, everybody think they kid is the next Jordan or the next LeBron. Yeah. And I'm sorry to say, 90% of the times, it's the mothers.
Really?
It's the mothers. The mothers, they come to the game. I used to ref the games, and like I'll be reffing and making calls, and it would be the mothers yelling at me the most. Oh, you can't see? That's why you got glasses on. You need to go back to rapping and this and that. Well, one time I had to stop in the middle of a game, and when they called timeout, and I said, listen, come here for a minute. I said, how would you like if I came to your job and I just yelled at you straight for an hour? I was like, yo, man, easy. These kids are like 7, 8, 9 years old.
I would have thought it was the other way around.
Yeah. Not even the dudes, the mothers.
Sadat is so cool, level-headed, though. He's always one kind of way, always level-headed.
It pays to be that way, man. It pays. It pays.
It's practice.
It
I
is
gotta
practice.
get there.
It's practice. Because realistically, we all know 1,000 dudes that if they could get a 5-minute rewind.
Yeah.
Just a 5-minute rewind on some of the shit they did, you'd have about 80 to 90% of dudes and be like, I wish I wouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
I wish I wouldn't have pulled that trigger. I wish I wouldn't have did this stupid shit. 5 minutes, they could get a rewind on their life.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, that was pretty dope.
Yeah.
No, I'm just fucking with you. Let's talk about this wine.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just finished my whole cup, man.
Yeah, me too. I should have bought some more. Like, I don't know what I was
He only brought one bottle.
Yeah.
To a
for all of
room
these
full
folks.
of drinkers.
Yeah.
A room full of drunks.
Yeah, I was
You know what I'm
bugging.
saying?
I was bugging with that one.
You got us like,
I was bugging.
one bottle
I'm
anyway.
still like this, like, can I get some more?
you know,
Perch.
as they said, we had a little taste.
That's it.
Yeah.
You gotta
That's
good.
represent
That
that,
rosé
is the
that
truth.
TWC,
It's
Yes.
just
the
a-
wine
But yeah, so
connoisseurs.
tell us about this wine, man.
All right, well, I used to go to Will Tell's crib, Brooklyn Academy, Low Life, Will Tell.
No doubt.
And we used to record over there
Yeah.
and drink Hennessy all the time.
Oh wow,
You know and I know,
that Hennessy is
enough Hennessy and recording, at some point, it's going to be a stop. You're like, yo,
no bueno.
no bueno.
Oh,
Dirty
I was
water.
not finishing what I needed to finish sometimes. Well, one day he just came and had some wine. El Gato Negro, Black Cat.
Black cat, yeah.
So, we drank that, and we was getting nice on. He was like, yo, say something about this wine, and somehow he just filmed it. And I said something about the wine and filmed it, and he put it up on YouTube or whatever, and a couple of people liked it. So he got a couple of more bottles. We did that. People started liking it. Somebody from a wine company said, yo, if I sent y'all some wine, could you do that with my wine? So we did that for about a year. Till finally, it was a guy, Uncle Gino Rozzi from Pennsylvania. He was like, listen, if y'all are ever serious about this wine shit and you want to make your own wine, come see me. So we went down there and we saw him. We saw the process of making wine, the vineyards, how to pick the grapes, and we started doing it. Will Tell actually got a job in the wine industry. So now, mind you, this is about 8, 9 years ago. So we started doing that. We made our first batch of wine. It was good. It was a learning process. Then we start every year. After that, we'd make another wine, a red or this or that. We always used the cover with us in, like, Todd James, a respected graffiti artist, would always draw us in character. And we started making the wine like that. It eventually, now it started going viral. Now We in about 30 locations in Brooklyn.
nice.
You know,
That's
so
beautiful.
we kept
Nice.
going from there. Then we start listening because see the wine world on a whole is a very snooty world.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
is.
Like we start going to these wine events and seeing actually how people are, and we was like, well, this is the snooty side of wine. It's no lane for our side of wine. For people like us that came up on us that listen to hip hop, we gonna cater to that because at one point we changed our logo and we tried to make a generic logo, and you know people was telling us if you make this logo, we can get it in different places. And this past year, we was like, fuck that, man. Let's go back to our old label of what we doing. So now,
Be
you
true
know,
to you.
yeah,
Right.
we on the verge now of national distribution. Right
Good.
now, we're in 80 locations in the tri-state area. Just got added to Virginia and D.C. And now, actually, we're starting to see some money from it.
Good.
You know, we starting to see some checks, but it took us this long. And see, that's what a lot of times with us as a people, like, if we can't get it right away, we don't want to fuck with it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
think
We
they
like,
want that
man,
instant.
listen, B. You know, we don't want to mess with it if we can't get it right away. Took us a little while, but now we here.
Yeah, it's like
That's beautiful.
everything is a process.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything's a process. No matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
Consistency is the
Yeah.
key.
You just got to keep on plugging away, and then
Yeah.
you know.
And even
after
with
a
that,
while,
sorry, go
you
ahead.
know, no, go ahead. Steve.
No, I was saying even the logo is catching too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because when I saw it when you brought it in, I was like,
What's
man,
the bottle at?
The
You
bo-
guys
it's-
left it
yeah,
out
yeah,
there?
we left it
Left
out
it
there. But
out.
you see the logo, and like you said, everything is a process. And not to change the subject, but like in the school where I'm at, I did an after school program, and it's bugged out because I had all girls in the after school hip hop program. So in my mind, I'm like, damn, how I'm gonna make this work with all girls? So we decided I let them make a song, and we're gonna do a video. Now, in the process of making a song, they're trying to tell me how it should be and what they gonna do and this and that. One of the girls told me, I want you to make my voice sound like it's singing. I said, well, then you gotta be singing. I'm like,
Wait,
yo,
how
like
old was these girls?
these girls, and it's crazy. They're like 11, 12 years old.
Of
So they're
course.
seeing like the process, like they see the video, but they don't see the
work, the
process to
process
making
on
the
doing it.
video.
Right.
They're like, I'm gonna make a song, and then when we do the video, I'm gonna have this outfit on and this, and I'm like, we got to go from A to B first, you know. So that's interesting, and that was good, man, because that was a challenge to me. You know what I'm saying? That was probably my greatest challenge within the last 5 years of working with these girls and actually recording them. I want to give a shout out to John Robinson, who gave his time to come and actually record my girls in there. And he'll tell you, like, they had such illusions of how they was going to record and this and that. And I'm like, yo, it's a process.
Serious
So,
work.
you know, they saw it. And I don't even think they realize, like, because it's bugged out. Because if you look at the videos now to back then, like, somehow, like, I played, like, the Feel So Good. And it do look like something from grandpa days. Like, back in the day. Like, if you look at the quality of it.
Right.
Because I played it in the class one day. I ain't say nothing. I just played it. And, like, I put it on. And the kids is looking at the video. And then they looking at me. And then they're looking at the video. And they're like, Mr. Murphy, that's you? And one of the kids was like, Mr. Murphy, the quality is terrible.
Oh my gosh.
in a high def
How old was these kids?
These kids like 11, 12 years
Oh
old.
my
So
gosh.
they have
all
no
they know,
idea. They're
right.
like, Mr. Murphy, did y'all have like cell phones and this and that? And they tried to tell me, they was like, it's always been cell phones.
Oh my
I'm like, yo, it was a
God.
time that it wasn't no cell phones.
We didn't have the same
Yeah,
pixels.
laptops, everything. So it's bugged out, man. But like I said, that's been probably my greatest challenge. I'm getting ready to try to write a movie about that because the experiences I had with these kids.
I think that'd be awesome because you don't, like I said, you don't see too many rappers that's really giving their time in the school
Yeah.
system and catching them while they're young. And then you're saying, listen, this is how it works. What you see on TV is
Yeah.
not the real deal.
Yeah,
You're letting them see, sweetie, you're not going to be Nikki.
yeah.
You're not going to be Kim. You got to start from this first.
And you really got to let these kids know, like I see some of the teachers, they come and try to pacify these. No,
Yeah.
listen,
That's the
You
key.
yo,
old school.
go sit your ass down.
That's right.
Sit down. You know, like one kid, like, I'm gonna tell my uncle to come to the school
Call
and
him.
he's gonna beat you up. And I said, let's break this down first. I said, let's break it down what you just said. You're gonna tell your uncle to come to the school to beat me up. Mind you, we're across the street from Albany Projects. I know about 100 dudes in there.
Right.
So let's say I call my 100 dudes to come to the school right now. before your uncle gets here. Right now, so we're spread out, and your uncle's on the way here. He don't know that I got 100 dudes here. And then what I'm supposed to do with you? You saying that your uncle gonna beat me up, so we might as well just fuck you up right now. So by the time your uncle get here,
show them there's consequences.
Yeah, and I'll be like, listen,
you gotta make them
and I'll be like, and you told your uncle to come, so after you're fucked up and your uncle get fucked up, remember you set this in motion.
He
Think
might
about
fuck
it.
you up.
Yeah,
You gotta-
exactly.
this is dope.
They
You
think
gotta-
about it, and they
you
be like,
gotta
yeah.
make them think.
Yeah, you gotta let them think about stuff like that.
Which is good. It's really helpful. The community needs that. It's like a big brother type of
Nah,
thing.
that's tough love.
Tough love.
Yeah.
Big
let 'em
brother.
know.
Because a lot of these kids don't have nobody to
Yeah.
talk to like that.
Yeah.
You know, parents are working or parents are not there.
And see, this is a generation of parents as friends instead
Yeah.
of being parents.
That's
Yeah.
true indeed.
You know what I'm saying? You can love your kid to death and y'all do something, but you are still the parent.
Yep.
It's not like it should never be me and my mama was smoking some weed and then we went outside and she had her boyfriend, I had my little boyfriend, and we went to the movies. That's
crazy.
not a good story.
No.
You have to be the parent.
Yeah, but you know what it is nowadays. Like these parents are scared to even touch their children.
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
some
and
of
that's
these parents are
that's
kids
you know what
too.
I'm saying? That's a whole nother thing because I know when my daughter was coming up, you know, her mother's like, "Don't do that, don't hurt her." I'm like, "What do you mean? I'm her father. Should she do something wrong?"
What?
And you're right because see, the system now dictates shit like that. If I'm in the classroom and the kid is bugging out and I grab the kid like this and he go home
And
and
tell
tell his mother that I grabbed him
They'll
like that,
come,
It's a problem.
my job is on the
yeah,
line.
you can lose your job.
Listen, it happened to one of my sons. He I pushed him, but I held him. I
Yeah.
pushed him. He hit his head on the wall. He went back to school.
Oh.
And
yeah.
then matter of fact, then the ACS came to my
Real
Yeah.
quick.
Like Pearl
to
Harbor.
his house.
Real quick.
And it was
Pearl
like,
Harbor.
yo, and I was like, yo, why would you tell? He's like, it wasn't me to teach it to.
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's
that,
crazy.
That happened to me one time
Yeah.
with my son. When I first moved to Tampa, I was renting out this townhouse and he
Yeah.
was being bad. So I grabbed him and I put him on the stairs like this. I was like, I would drop you.
Yeah.
So he went back to school, told the school they came in. I said, oh, you gonna call the school on me? When this lady leave, I'm gonna tear your ass up
Yes.
again.
Exactly.
I lit that ass up again. You don't call nobody what I do in this house to you.
Exactly.
That's right. Listen, there's an episode on Good Times when James beat Michael's friend. Remember Michael's friend came?
Yes.
He was in 6th grade. He had a mustache. He put his feet up on the thing. James beat his ass. Nowadays, they would have locked James under the
you
jail
Yeah.
gotta
for
do
that.
that.
You
like,
got to.
You know, like my 20-year-old son, he got his ass bust.
Yeah.
He got his ass beat. Now, as far as his brothers,
Yeah.
they living that good life.
I got
Shit,
some legendary beatings.
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
that.
Man, we can
both.
all speak on these.
Man.
Me
That's
and
the
you
whole
both.
thing, but
Man.
in parenting alone, I mean, you got to be a good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
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 Everybody can't just be whooping on the kids.
Yeah.
But one got to be the disciplinary.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the next one got to be like, oh, your
Yeah.
daddy hit you, yo, don't. And then
Yeah.
she really gonna be looking at you like, that's right, baby. Do your
Yeah, yeah.
But she going baby her child.
Exactly.
But he need that tough love to
Yeah.
get. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or they
yeah.
say dictator and the
Exactly.
pacifier.
Listen,
And matter of fact, go apologize to the teacher after
Yeah.
acting
Yeah.
up.
But see, that's the thing. Like me, for myself, being a single mom, right? I had to be the mother and the father. I knew when to fall back.
Yeah.
Not father, like I can teach him how to be a man. And that's one thing I always told my son. I can teach you everything else. I can never teach you how to be
Yeah.
a man because
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
not a man myself. But at the end of the day, I do not play with him.
Yeah.
My son is 24 now. He sends me a text and say, "Ma, I'm so happy you raised me the way that you
Yeah.
did today." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He be like, "You know how to get that bag. You don't play no games. You taught me everything." They appreciate that.
Yeah,
They
this
appreciate
society,
it.
you I used to have to actually force my nephew to go outside. Like, yo, go outside, man. It's a
Yeah.
nice day. You're going to spend this whole day
In the house.
on a video
game. Like,
with
go
you, yeah.
outside, son. Like, when I was coming up, I would get in trouble for coming in too late because I wanted to be outside.
Holla.
It's bugged out, man.
I remember I used to be on punishment. I used to live in Van Dyke Projects, right? On the first floor. So I used to be put on punishment and my mother be like, "Oh, you can't go outside today." You know, I would jump out the
For
window
real.
to go
Like,
outside. Like, I'm
you
not
look
staying in
outside and
this
see
house.
people outside and be
I'm
like, yo.
out. I promise you, I used to jump out the window.
Not me.
Yeah, I mean,
I had Haitian parents. They beat the shit out of
I
me.
just had to take that L when I came in, but I needed to go get that money.
Nah, that L hurt.
listen, I just think as a whole, these kids have it much better than us.
Way
because
better. Yeah,
when
way
we were
better.
when we were coming up, we didn't have the video games.
No.
We didn't have a lot of this shit, so we was outside anyway because
Yeah.
we didn't have nothing else to do.
But you never realized some of these kids got it better than the parents.
Oh,
Word.
yeah.
Because you have some of these
Listen.
parents breaking their pockets just for their
Oh, my
kids
Yeah.
to
goodness.
leave their house
Listen.
and look good.
You right.
while they
And it's crazy
work
that
2-3
you say that
jobs.
because I have kids in my class, like, they'll talk reckless to me, this and that, then fail every class, be under level of reading, you know, and the parents are still buy them Jordans and this
Everything
Yeah.
and
they
that. And
want.
that's how, like, especially because now, see, I had the 8th graders this year. And, like, they like to get slick at the mouth and do this and that. And I used to have to slow them down. Sometimes I hated to do it. But I had to put some of them on blast. Yeah, that was funny. He. Turn to page 32. Read this. Read this.
Listen,
They be like, oh, Mr. Murphy, wait. No, you want to be funny. Read this.
Read.
Like, all right, son. So now, when we do that,
Listen.
I'm gonna put you on blast every time because you know and I know that your reading level, you in the 8th grade, but you reading at a 5th grade level.
Come
and you
on.
laugh, you
Come
think
on,
you're
Mr.
smart.
Murphy, why you got me like
Yeah,
that, man?
yeah.
Come on, man. I thought we was cool,
Uh-huh.
bro.
I would be hollering.
Yep.
Got me all fucked up.
They be like, damn, Mr. Murphy. I'm like, nah, like we joke and play, but like it was real funny joke. All right, now I'm gonna put this up. Read.
that's your punishment.
Yep.
Read this.
Read this.
That's how you gotta do them sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta embarrass them.
Yeah.
Because they think they better than you or they above you or some dumb shit. I don't know.
And then when I do that, don't get it twisted. When I do that, I'll see the kid later on, and yo, listen,
Yeah, pull 'em
this
to
is
the
why I
side.
did this. I still love you though.
No doubt.
And I don't. We had a bad day today. Me and you had a bad day. Tomorrow's a better day. I don't hold Mr. Murphy. Don't hold no grudges. We come in here tomorrow on a clean slate.
And
Right.
that's
Nah,
the
but
thing,
at the
too.
same time, you asking him to read, but you putting him on the spot. He feel away. But you ask him the latest song or what's popping or when the drop date for the next Jordans. He
Yeah.
know that
And they
though.
know
it.
He know that.
Yeah.
And he know how much them cost. And
Yeah.
he know the resale price on it.
know
He
that.
know that, but he don't know
Yeah.
how to present himself on reading this passage. See, that's what I'm saying. That don't
Yeah.
look
It
right.
don't add up.
Yeah.
And they know, like, when they do good in my class, I give them their day. It's just, and what I also had to learn too, that school over there that I'm at, that's in Crown Heights, heavy Caribbean area.
Right.
Heavy Caribbean. So some days I'll be in the classroom and I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna let y'all play with y'all videos today. Where I'll be in the back of the classroom, all of a sudden I see one of them videos come up and them girls, wait a minute.
Hold on.
Wait, and the little girls, I'm like, and I understand it, but some of them other teachers, they'll look in the classroom like, what the hell is
They
going
don't
on?
understand it. They don't understand the culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they be like, pull up.
Yeah, I used to be like, listen, y'all, I know this ain't the Parkway. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna jump on the side of the bus today.
Lord of mercy.
But you know, we gotta keep it a little easy. I understand though.
What do your students think about your music?
They like it.
They do?
But it's different to like sometimes like one of the kids, he was like, that's whack, Mr. Murphy. I'm like, all right, I can live with it.
Right.
So
It's older to them.
Right.
You know, but it's all good. Like and see with me is I'd rather them respect me more as the teacher than the music.
Right.
Because I know, like, especially at their level 10 years ago, you know what I'm saying? I'm 49 years. 10 years ago I was 39 when they was born. So
Right.
it's like I understand, you know, I'm not going I can't get that's gonna be our great divide always.
No doubt.
That's always gonna be our great divide. But, you know, listen to the lyrics of it. That's why a lot of times I'll spit something without the music. And I just be like, think about it for a minute. Like we do days, like I had days, we'll do Kendrick Lamar verse Q-Tip. Or no, we did the Migos verse Tribe. You know what I'm saying? Like different days, because that's how I got to blend it in, because I'm teaching hip hop. So I can't when you force feed a baby, he throws up.
Yeah.
So I have to blend, with a baby, you break the food up. You know what I'm saying? And you feed them like that. So I'll break it up. I'll do like their groups, and against our groups, we'll listen to the lyrics. I'll be like, listen to this lyric. Is that possible? And they're like, it sounds crazy, Mr. Murphy, when you put it like that.
That's
You know?
good. You're making them think.
Yeah.
What is the parents' reaction when they come meet you?
A lot of the parents, like, they'll come and they'll look, they'll be like, yo, you was in Brand Nubian, this and that. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. They be like, oh, okay, definitely. You know, but then some of the parents is even young. You know what I'm saying? Some of them don't know sometimes.
Really?
You know, yeah, some of the parents sometimes don't know, but majority of them, they have pretty much an idea, you know, and it's always an overcrowd to get into my class.
Right.
You know, all the kids, like, a lot of times the kids will have another class and they'll come in my room and I'll be like, listen, as much as I want you in here, go to class. Go to your class, man. I don't want you to get in trouble. A lot of times, certain situations jump off in the school. Mr. Murphy, can you come downstairs for a minute? I'll come downstairs. Yo, what you doing, son? You bugging out right now. You bugging out. Get upstairs before they do. Certain situations I've seen in school where I be like, look, I'm not going to tell your parents and I'm not going to tell the teachers. When I turn around, this situation better be fixed. I'm going to turn around, and when I turn around, I'm going to act like I didn't see what I just saw. Fix it, you know?
That's beautiful. That's good.
You'll see, that is good.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Anyway. My throat is like crazy right now. I don't know what happened. Anyway. Damn.
Well, let me ask a question.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
kind of
sir.
want to stir this pot up a little bit, talk a little politics.
Okay.
I was
Oh,
building
my
about
Thank you.
Kanye West
Oh,
Yeah.
and his
Leave that fool
recent
alone.
opinions. Knowing you
he's on
as
drugs.
a
Yeah.
god and you into building and destroy.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on his comments recently as far as
Well, when I listen to some of his comments, the first thing that comes into my mind is that this man is going through something right now.
Yeah,
He's going through some type of
he's not right.
and the lessons, there's always a trials and tribulations. So I think at some point he's going through his tribulations, but he's calculated. You know, I think there's a certain method to his madness.
do you feel that he's using his tribulation like most people think to promote?
In a way,
That's
yes, I
coming.
do. In a way, yes, I do. Because like he's not fully foregone. Like
He's not stirring the teapot. yet,
exactly. Like he's
officially.
yeah. Like he's still able to maintain himself. He's still got that crib and that bank account and that money. So he's not completely off the rocker just yet. You know, understand what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that he's talking about, no, I don't agree with. You know, but I'm still seeing him put music out. You know, that "Make America Great Again" thing that he was going through. I'm personally, I'm not with that. But then I haven't really been with no presidents. You know what I'm saying? So
Really?
I
I'm
can't.
with
You
you
know,
on
I
that
can't.
one.
I can't get on too much for that. And it's like with Trump, I'm like, yo, y'all saw what was happening. Y'all put him in the office. I went to bed. When I went to bed that day, they told me Hillary Clinton was going. When I woke up in the morning, somehow Trump was the
Yeah,
president.
She was winning.
You know what
She
I'm
was
saying?
winning.
For like the last hour.
Exactly. I went to bed when she
was
was
it.
up. She woke me up and talked about Trump one. I was like, yo, you bugging. I was like, so, you know, but I don't agree with everything he says. Like, especially with the slavery. Like slavery was a choice, and no, it wasn't no goddamn choice. You know, I don't think nobody back then chose that. And granted, we had the numbers, but we didn't have the unity. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't unified, and that's what they preyed on, our disunification, and that's what they kept us apart. That's why they didn't let us speak our original language. They didn't let us do our stuff with the drums, because when we banged with the drums, they thought it was music, but it was messaging. They were like, listen,
Hello?
I'm going to be over here at this time. Let's get together,
Yeah.
boom, bang, boom, and we're going to do what we do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they took that away from us. They promoted fear into us. They gave
Absolutely.
us the wrong foods. You know what I'm saying? So, no, we didn't have a choice. You know, that really kind of hurt me, that statement, because shoot, we went through 400 years of that. You think
Exactly.
we wanted a choice of 400 years of getting beat and shit like
Yeah.
that? No.
And I feel also with what he was going through with trying to get into the whole fashion industry, these people were kind of whitewashing him
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
And then for him that's made that comment, I felt like it was a contradiction, but at the same time, like you said, I felt it was a ploy on his part to try to mix it up a little bit to make it seem like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm with them, but I'm really for us, but I'm going to use this whole thing to promote what I got to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
then-
kind of like a sacrificial, selfish lamb for himself.
Yeah, but then he came out with this scoopity boppity hoop, hoopity hoppity.
But
hoop.
listen,
Yeah.
in this
Whoopity woppity
generation
whoop.
They
of
gonna eat it
mumble
up, though.
rap, that's mumble
That's not
beats
even
now.
rap. That's bullshit.
But
Yeah,
but
that
no,
was
let's
crazy.
not say that. That's actually jazz. That's
Not how he did it.
scatting.
Now how he did it. No.
Well,
No.
they thought scatting
Don't,
was
don't
bullshit
give him
too.
a fucking.
All right, I'm stretching.
Come
it.
on, man. You on your bullshit. You know ain't no fucking jazz.
Listen, it may sell though. Let's
Nah, I
go.
heard,
It
I,
will
heard it, I heard it on the
sell.
radio,
Okay.
and I was just
Yeah,
like,
that was pretty bugged out. Man.
It will sell.
That was
though.
pretty
It
bugged
will-
out.
he was like
it will
skippity
sell.
boppity whoop,
Yeah, that was-
whoopity woppity whoop, whoopity whoopity whoop.
But you didn't think he had mental issues? Like, honestly, when he came out
Yo.
with the whole clothing line that looked like the Matrix.
Oh my god.
Yo, and it can be because it's been people that I've been with that later on in adult years, I thought they was bugging, but they had real mental issues.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I think part of that too, like, I think the death of his mother still affected him.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I think that still affected him.
You know.
I think that rejection, like you said in the clothing world, like these is people he thought was gonna be with him, and they came straight out and was like, "Yo, this is some bullshit." I think that kind of fucked him up.
Yeah.
Listen, well, you know, the fashion world is really, really white.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
anything that comes in there that's trying to, put some color with them, they fucking they don't like that.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You know, they're still racist. Like, there's a whole bunch of racists, and like I deal with a lot of people in fashion, and they even tell me like,
Yeah. And like with the brother, I still think he's super talented. And I still think that, that he can change. Me personally being a purist of hip hop, and I would love to see him get on that sampler and start back from ground zero again.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
I mean, I don't think he can though.
I know,
I
at this
just
point,
think
yeah.
he's so far to the left. He's just like
Yeah.
he's feeling his own self,
yeah,
And
like
he
that,
doesn't-
and that's the thing, yeah.
and he doesn't have nobody telling him like, yo, you fucking up.
Well,
Like,
he do have people that come at him and tell him that, but then once he do, he wants nothing to do with
Yeah,
them.
So
You know what I'm
he
saying?
cuts him off.
He cuts him right off.
And you speaking about that, like it's like certain times you see people doing real crazy shit, and in my mind I be wondering like, is it nobody around these people like
Yeah.
that should be like, yo, you bugging, son? Like different people throughout times, like some of the women that have changed themselves and did all that shit. I'm like, it wasn't nobody around you to be like, yo,
You going
you
too
bugging.
far.
Or I guess when you get to that level, you put all them people to the side and you only got people around
All
you
the yes
that's
men.
gonna do what you
Yeah.
want because they know if they don't do what you want, they're gonna get the fuck out of
Because
there.
I mean, it's important. Any type of success you have somebody that'll tell you the truth.
Yeah, you need
Any
got
type of
balance.
success you have, I don't care whether you work at a school or you work in retail. You need somebody that be like, listen, yo, you fucking up. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And if you don't have that, you'll just be stuck in your own
exactly.
fantasy world and thinking
But you
everything's
got to
good.
keep them close.
Yeah.
But with him, he looked like he pushed away
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
dudes
yeah.
who
Yeah,
was
he
trying
has.
to check him.
He has.
Yeah.
You know, he
has.
had his big brother Jay trying to school him on
Yeah,
things.
but
Yeah.
he pushed Jay
But
away.
it wasn't
Yeah.
even just Jay. You had people like Romfest, who
Yeah.
was
Rhymefest, my
and
man,
that's my
Rhymefest.
homeboy. Romfest is like a dope dude, like
Yeah.
in real life,
Yeah.
like you working in the community, doing things. So he had people that's down, for him as well.
Yeah.
What you think about the wedding, the princess Meghan Markle and Princess Harry? I gotta
I mean,
ask.
yeah. And
This
that's
is real
crazy
life
because
stuff. This is real life.
this and what made it crazy for me is that people over here was going crazy and a lot of black people.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, listen, this is England, a place that colonialized, raped, pillaged everything. And then you have this black woman, granted she got a black mother, she doesn't really associate
with black
with black people like that. And it's like, why are you giving so much energy to this? Granted, all right, they got married. I wish the union of them much success.
Right.
But that was like that's not on my agenda right
Right.
now. It's like I could really care less.
You know
what
what's
I'm saying?
really on the agenda? I want to salute you and the guards for that TV1 Unsung.
That's
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk some
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
positive
Yeah,
give back from Real Foundation, the guards in the building.
yeah.
One for all, brand Nubian.
Yes,
I
yes.
hold my sneaker up
Yes,
for that
yes.
one. You already know the triple threat sneakers
Yes.
that he did with Buckshot.
Yes, sir.
I got
The
those.
General.
We got 10 minutes running, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to get everything in.
Yeah.
I got that exclusive collective
Yeah,
item.
definitely.
That's a .X one when he dropped that album. You know what? I salute the guard from day uno. You know what I mean? From Nauru days. From
Yeah.
the Nauru mob.
And we
Salute
want-
to his sister
definitely.
Denise.
Yeah.
And everybody. I know the
Definitely.
family.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? So this a real bond for him to come on a Sunday to been there, rock that conversation with style, and drop his jewels. For
Exactly.
real.
And that
listen.
unsung joint, we just wanted it to have we didn't want it to be the unsung when you come out at the end all broke down. We didn't want it to be that story where at the end everybody's like, oh man, I don't fuck with him. Oh, it was 3 brand Nubian separate groups and shit like that.
Right.
We didn't want it to be like that. We wanted it to shed it in a light that we were still here. And granted, it was a hard struggle. Yeah. If you got brothers, sometimes you fight with your brothers and you hate your brothers, but at the end of the day, you still gonna love them. Right. And believe me, we went through some shit.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. We went through a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Pooh-Bah, know he did a lot of shit,
see? Like you said before, trials and tribulations.
Trials and tribulations.
You know what? That's
we
family,
all did
though.
shit.
That's
Facts.
family. That's just how family move.
So see, with hip hop, I think they're missing like the true lyricists, because you are a true lyricist.
That's missing to me.
There's a lot of tunes that you've done where you said some shit in there that you gotta rewind it back. Like, cause I remember this is a real quick story. I was living in Brooklyn, and I got sent to Atlanta for being bad and doing things, being a bad Brazilian and not,
All right.
not being good. But I remember you what? Anyway, you remember you did you had a song off the soundtrack of Menace to Society.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's called Lick the Motherfuckers.
Lick the Motherfuckers, definitely.
I remember you said a verse in there, and I was living in Atlanta, sitting there all fucked up, and you like, they try to send me home. I tell them sex is everywhere.
Yeah. Try to send me to Alabama.
Yeah. Tell my moms I ain't leaving. My crew is here to stay.
Yes.
Yo, I'm just saying, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, man.
And even with Love Me, Leave Me Alone, I've had a lot of Love Me and Leave Me Alone in my life. But just I'm saying, you're just a true lyricist. Just want to salute you with that.
Appreciate. That's what we always prided ourselves on that. Coming from the generation under me, looking at lyricists like Grandmaster Caz and those dudes.
Yeah.
Like I always been lyric fueled.
Yeah, but that's what I think we're missing. I think if hip hop had that more, hip hop would be so much in a better place. It sounds like mumbling
and it's crazy because nowadays when you get one lyricist from the new era, he's hailed as the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, this and that. And I'm like, well, shoot, man, in my era, man, it was everybody would have been that. And it's crazy. And I'm not, like I said, I don't get mad as long as somebody got to do it. You know what I'm saying?
But that's why they jump on Kendrick and they jump on Joey. Because these guys truly, J. Cole, they're lyricists.
Yeah, they are.
And that's what we're missing.
They are.
Right, but then you got the lyricists, but then you got people like Dottie. That's the lyricist that got the deliverance. When you hear his voice on a track, you know it's Dottie on that. You know what I mean? That's what's missing. Everybody not having their own individuality.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean?
That's what I don't like.
Well, Sadat has a distinctive voice too.
Yeah.
So when he delivers it, it's like it's Sadat. Like it's his verse. You know what I'm saying? Like, he say that, she was like, oh shit, here we go. Stuff like that.
Appreciate, man. And see that's what I tell the kids is the separation factor. I tell them somehow, I don't know how, in my mother and father's genes, my voice came out like this, and this is what separated me. If my voice might not have sounded like this, I might not have been separated. I might could have been thrown in that same pack. But I tell them, I don't know what it is. You have to find it within yourself, something that's going to separate you and make you last. Because nowadays, if you rhyme long enough, you're going to get 15 minutes from somebody, somewhere. Everybody knows somebody now that rhymes or raps or make T-shirts or do this or do that. So everybody wants to be a part of this culture, and I have no problem with it. But you got to find your separation factor.
True to yourself.
That's what's up.
True indeed. Let's see, we got 5 minutes left? How much time?
More or less.
More or less.
We got time to build.
We can build some more?
Yes, please.
Okay, but anyway.
Now back to Meghan Markle, because I don't like how
Oh,
he cut
my
me
God.
the fuck off
All
up
right,
in
all right.
here.
Yeah.
We
Fuck
do
that.
not listen.
That's real
We do
shit.
not want to talk about the fucking prince. the
Listen,
princess, whatever her
listen,
name
it
is.
doesn't matter. People want to hear about that stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Not
They
none of
wanna
our
he-
listeners. Trust me, not none
They
of our
want to
listeners.
hear people's opinion on different
Okay, well,
things.
speak on it. Go ahead, speak
no,
on it.
I already
Speak
said
on
what I
it.
had to say.
You good?
I just
Speak
did
on
that
it.
to prove a point.
All right.
That's it.
Jesus Christ.
It's all good.
Listen, we don't care
I
about the fucking
apologize.
princess of Narnia, wherever the fuck she's
Yeah,
at.
and it was really crazy to see like how many people really jumped out the window
Listen,
for that shit.
that was some bullshit. Let's
was
call
like,
it
No,
like
this
it
is
is.
the thing, the point that I was
fucking
trying to
bullshit.
make, to be in all fairness. Black women felt as though that they was being a piece of something. Do you know what I'm saying? They looked at this and they
Yeah.
look. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I know.
They
Come on.
they validate this. Black women, they
But
validated
Kima,
this.
she don't even consider herself black.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I
it wasn't
get that.
Keisha. It was
I
Megan.
get that,
It wasn't
but what
Keisha.
I'm saying is, black women, they feel a part of that.
Right.
But then when you see somebody like Serena marrying outside the race, people are like, "Oh, this is," you know what I'm saying? This is crazy. Blah blah. You get what I'm saying,
I
right?
got you. I
Okay,
got you.
Listen,
that was the point that I was just trying to make.
Black girls like the
Now, if
white
Harry
guys.
would have married LaQuanda,
If
that'd
Harry
have been a
would've-
different.
if
That'd
Harry
been a
would've
different
married
episode.
Kima, it would've been a
Yeah,
different
I'd have been like,
story.
okay, all right.
Yeah,
now.
that was the point that I was just trying to make on that.
She's another Tiger Woods.
Oh my God.
You know how Tiger is. I'm not black. I'm
Yeah.
not black. I'm not black.
Yeah.
Until he gets arrested, then
Exactly.
Get the fuck out of here.
Then we held him down when he got arrested,
Exactly.
though. We still held him down because we are loving people.
Yeah.
You know?
But anyway, let's just calm down.
All right.
You know, Kim about to go in.
I'm about to
You
hit
know
you
what I'm
with
saying?
this
Her
phone.
princess.
No, I don't care. A lot of people are talking about this. That's all.
Well, none of the people I know is talking about it. But anyway, so Sadat, what closing shots you got?
Well, I just want y'all, you know, like I said, I got the album coming out with Elder Sensei. That's called XL. Me and one of my peers, one of my great like lyrical people that I think is crazy, Kool Keith.
Oh,
Me and Kool
wow.
Keith have completed an album.
So when is that coming out?
That's
yo,
dope.
listen,
You didn't even tell us about that.
yeah, me and Kool Keith. It was a strange process doing the album because you know Keith is a wild boy.
Yeah, I saw him walking down the street on Avenue A last
Yeah, he's
week.
a wild boy. We got it done. Cause like I gave him he had all the tracks, but then he called me one day and was like, "Yo, how many songs did we do?" I was like, "Yo, I sent you the joints." But that's coming.
That's
Hopefully
different.
that'll be here by September. And then, like I said, the joint with Thirst we've done that should be out because he wants to wait. Thirst, first of all, Thirst got so much material that he's sitting on, like ultra albums and videos and all types of crazy shit. So shout out to the General,
Salute.
2 L's.
Salute to the General.
Hopefully that'll be out by like the wintertime, and I'm looking forward to that also.
Right.
Okay, cool. And where can they find you online?
Online, Sadat X on Instagram, Facebook. You know what I'm saying? They can always hit the guard. You know, I throw the guard around. He hit the guard, and you know I'm around. Like I said, I'm around. You can approach me. I'm approachable. I'm not that type of
Very
person that's gonna
approachable.
push you away. As long as it's good, now I can snap, but I don't like to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to do that. I'm older now. You know what I'm saying? I just like to have me a little something to smoke on,
And
have
drink
a
that-
drink,
and
eat
drink
me
that
something
wine.
to cool out. That's all.
Just make sure next time you come, you gotta
And-
bring five bottles.
And I'm in Flatbush now. Flatbush has embraced me. Flatbush has embraced me. I moved from the Stein.
You
I'm in
moved from the
Flatbush.
side of Flatbush.
I'm in Flatbush.
Fine, you
Yes.
tripping.
Flatbush Corner is
That
always
little
around,
area where
man.
they had
Motherfucker.
that black party, that was a nice little
Flatbush
area over
all
there.
day.
I remember I moved out. I went to Prance's joint that on the
nice.
man. I look forward to that every part of the year when that comes around.
Right.
I look
Juve.
forward to that Juve. I was out there. I got a lot of love on that, and hey, I loved it.
Prince, stop recruiting all the cool people.
Word to Flatbush.
Jesus, you and this
That's
Flatbush
how we
shit.
doing it, baby.
Stilo, where
Wave
can they
that
find you?
flag.
STELO 1009. Give a shout out to my man Jason in the building filming
Yes.
for us.
Oh, hey, Jason.
Doing
Thank
his
you,
1-2. We're
Jason.
gonna have him on deck. And conversation with style. This is what we do. Peace.
Kima.
Crayola _ Falana. But listen, I gotta wrap this shirt. Dope chick by my
Yeah.
boy Equan
Yes,
over there.
sir.
So I had to rep it for you.
Fish.
Where can they find this stuff at?
Give him a mic. real quick.
Well, we getting ready to get the stuff in production right now. We got a few, about a couple of dozens right now, and we about to do the website. It's about to launch in a minute. We'll keep you posted, and I'm gonna give out, the information as soon as we get it up. I'll start tagging people in it.
Yeah, we'll
Awesome.
definitely post it up for you, cuz.
I love
Please.
it.
Yeah, it's dope.
Thank you.
Dope chick. Prince.
Prince Low, 24/7 Church Ave representative of the Almighty Low Lives. Salute.
Okay, and you can find me Polo Parata on Instagram. I did a new blog post on polopart.com. I rarely post, so I did post. And check it out. Anyway, we're about to go. We'll be back next week.